You sit there and you think to yourself sometimes, I wonder if they're going to realize I'm a total fraud and that I'm going to fail in a spectacular fashion.
You're a phony! Hey, this guy's a great big phony!
Come on, Chris.
And in terms of that feeling, it's certainly possible. But chances are, if you've been given multiple opportunities to be exposed, but you rise to the occasion, figure things out, and somehow get through, you belong there. And this feeling that you're internalizing that everyone around you is much, much better than you and deserves to be there while you don't may just be a figment of your imagination. And I think it's important to keep in mind that aside from a few select people, most people around you in these positions are not gifted and they are not special. They have to grind, struggle, and will themselves to get into the positions that they got into, just like you. And sometimes they got there by straight up luck. And if you start to get out of your head for just a few seconds, you really do start to notice this over time. This is the sentiment I think was beautifully demonstrated by Barack Obama.
Do not let people think you do not belong. Once you sit at these tables with folks with fancy titles and you talk to them and you go, oh, they ain't all that. This idea that somehow they are so special, they're so smart, they're so sophisticated. Not really. They've been exposed. They've been given the confidence of feeling like they belong. But if you sit down and talk to them, turns out, that's my point. And the benefit for Michelle and me, because we came up, and at each stage, you go to Harvard, and wow, it's Harvard. And then you find out, oh, Harvard's full of some fools and people that you would not put in charge of anything, but they're there. And there's some really amazing, brilliant people too. And then you go to the US Senate. Everybody's represented, smart people and dumb people, good people and bad people. Now suddenly you're meeting at the group of, 7 world leaders are all in a room, or the United Nations. Oh, same thing. Turns out that there's some really smart, amazing world leaders, and there's some fools running countries.
What I find so interesting about this clip is that he is talking about people in the highest levels of government, not only in the US, but in the world, as well as folks in the most elite circles imaginable. And it's interesting because for him, having been in these circles, he's able to see that not everybody is really all that. And so I bring it back to the main point of this video, where I think to myself in reference to imposter syndrome and thinking that you don't belong in certain circles. Why is it that we believe that the people around us are not the same as the people he's describing here? At the end of the day, people are just people. And in most cases, when you make it into these circles, you likely belong there.